Hey, I'm Jeff. I wanted to kind of show you what I do in my studio and how it works. You've seen maybe the still pictures on my blog, but you'll see how this all comes together. I'm going to show off some of my gear. Here's my Mesa Boogie amp. I've got a Hammond organ. I'll just show you the Strat and the bass for what I'm using today. I have different setups. Basically, I run the guitars through a preamp and into the computer, and then I add a sound to the computer that makes it, with a distortion or amp or whatever, kind of modify the sound, and then I run it back through the mixer and then into the power amp. You can see my bass amp down there for the bass for playing live, and then I got my speakers mounted up here. Got a piece of crap piano over there. Okay, so anyway, here's my sound. So I'll take you through how I put this all together. Here's my keyboard too, which is nothing special, but you'll quickly get an idea of what I do. First step I'm going to do is basically, I have a lot of drum loops, and I use Acid Pro for my drum looping software. It's really easy. All you do is click on a drum loop, and you can drag it around and do all sorts of things. This is a loop feature here, which is fine. It's really easy to use and multi-track. So here's a drum beat, and while it's going, I'll grab my bass program, dial in a bass amp, just a basic one. In the meantime, I have this all set up already in my patch mix, so I have a line coming in, run it through a bass channel I call bass, which then runs through this software here, which is supposed to emulate an Ampeg. I do the same thing with the guitar and the keyboard. So here's I have to select an audio track here. I'm going to select the bass. I have my signal, and I'll push record. Okay, so let's do a basic one. Here's my lead in. You can see I'm going to actually just move this whole thing over and loop this section. I'll give a lead in for each of my things, so you can hear this. Meantime, I'll switch to guitar. Now that's recorded with this software already in my track, so I'm just going to close it and get my other one up, which is Guitar Rig 3. I'm going to just do a kind of clean sound. Record this. This is going to be through my patch called Guitar. Here's my level. Record. Okay, so there I go. I've got now a guitar track. I'll skip around. Now I decided, well, maybe I'm a guitar player. I like to solo my butt off, so I'll just do a little solo here. I'm a Mike Stern solo sound, even though I don't sound like him. bad, but here we go. So in this case, I actually gave myself a lead in. I'm going to take it out, move it over. And the interesting thing here is that if I just cut these up a little bit and select them, I can copy with a Control C and Control V. I'm going to stretch this out, and you can see it's going to actually play through. Okay, so you can kind of see how that works. My next step is to put a keyboard on it. I'm going to insert a soft synth, just a basic one, which is my keyboard. I've looked around before and found this piano happens to be okay. Okay, I'm going to go back here, push record. Actually, it's going to be a MIDI track. I'm going to record. Just a couple chords, obviously, so it's not that bad. So I've got this track here. I can, if I love the whole thing, I can copy it and paste it. If I hate it, I can do pieces of it. I noticed my rhythm track on the guitar, there were some pieces there. I could cut them out and do some basic things, but I'm running out of time, so I'll just show you my last piece, which is I'll put a guitar, I'll just solo over the piano and do some editing, and that'll be it. So my next step is I'll just try to record another track, which is going to be some piano. Kind of get the idea there. Now in this case, since I've got both here, I can actually just select all my stuff, Control C, Control V, and then I'll undo my guitar solo, move my organ solo, drag my drum track. I can change my drum track if I want, and then here we go.